it was all because of my preparation in law school. So it always boils down and goes back to the thing that nag-aral ako ng maayos sa law school ko. Not the review, but in my law school days.
This episode is in partnership with Cacao Maranao, a social enterprise supporting local Maranao farmers, turning homegrown cacao into rich and meaningful chocolate bars. Check out their page and support local. Stay sharp and stay prepared. Digest PH offers codals, case briefs, and study materials trusted by both law students and lawyers. User code LAWSDigest for 20% off your subscription. Visit their website at www.digest.ph.
I am Attorney Harun, and with me is
Attorney Hanan.
and welcome back to
The Lost Podcast.
It's Monday again, and you know what that means. Another episode and another inspiring law journey.
Everyone, we hope you are all doing all right.
We are excited to have you with us for this episode as we dive into the world of
Law, life, and everything in between.
So whether you're commuting or studying or, just taking a breather, we are glad that you are tuning in
Because it's time to get lost.
Hello, Attorney Hanan. Kamusta?
Okay lang. We are on our penultimate episode.
Amazing. And I hope our listeners are inspired so far with the roster. I hope they enjoyed and appreciate the roster of guest lawyers that we already have. We have for them so far.
Yeah, so far mga bigatin at mas magiging bigatin.
Oo.
Sa penultimate episode
na to.
Yeah. All right, for this Monday, we have invited an amazing guest lawyer for you all. Attorney Haron, ipakilala mo na.
All right. Our guest lawyer for this Monday obtained his Juris Doctor from Mindanao State University College of Law, and he passed the 2005 bar exam. That is the longest bar exam. Currently, he is serving as commissioner in the 8th Division of the National Labor Relations Commission, or the NLRC. Everyone, here with us is
Commissioner Abdul Aziz Usudan Mitmag.
Please say hi to our listeners, Commissioner.
Assalamualaikum. Hello, everyone.
Thank you. First of all, thank you, sir. Our Lodi ni Attorney Hanan. Ilang beses na po namin kayong na-mention sa podcast namin, sa mga episodes namin. And who would have thought na you'll be here with us for an episode? Alhamdulillah, thank you so much.
Alhamdulillah. What an honor to be invited.
So, Attorney Haron, magsa-start na ako kasi curious ako.
Marami tayong tanong.
Yes. Na hindi natin usually natatanong during sa law school.
And this is a really special moment for us. Special time for us to get inside the head of this amazing commissioner.
So, Attorney, Sir Commissioner, kinakabahan ako.
Before that, good to see you too, ha?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Again.
Kami, ay,
At saka buti na re-remember pa tayo ni Sir Commissioner.
Of course.
nare-remember nga ba?
In my case, attorney, I was your student back in 2022. This was during pandemic, and na-under po ako sa inyo during sa labor law review.
Through Zoom.
Yes. Opo. Later on, I will share kung bakit po nagpa-fangirling and boiling kami dito ni Hanan.
Yes. So, first question namin every episode, Sir Commissioner, is...
Wait lang, napaka-demure mo ngayon, Hanan. Usually sa mga ibang episode, napakakulit mo. Ngayon, demure mo na. Go.
So, yun na nga. Sir, ano yung pre-law program nyo?
I took up Bachelor of Science in International Relations.
Same
Yeah.
kayo.
Same kami.
Yeah, and then I remember because of the goal, I took it for only 3.5 years. Yeah.
So this was way back in 2001.
Yes.
So MSU Marawi din
Main,
po ba?
yes, MSU Main.
What made you decide, sir, to take this program po?
Well, originally the plan was to join the Foreign Service.
Same.
And the funny thing is, this is the first time that I'm going to reveal this one. This is the funny thing about it. After the CBP program, to which your
College-bound
mother,
program.
Ma'am Abdul Latif, was my mentor, the CBP. After finishing the CBP, I was asking around, ano ba yung pinakamadaling course para makapag-college of law na ako?
So meron ng projection after.
Yes. As early as grade school. Because my grandfather, the late provincial prosecutor Maminta Usdan, being a lawyer, so parang I got that curiosity on paano ba maging lawyer and what does it feel to be a lawyer.
And somehow it influenced you.
Yes. From both sides, even from my mother side and paternal side, mga lawyers in the family. So parang naging inspiration yun. And always a question, siyempre, pagbata ka, parang, ano ba yung lawyer? Ano ba yung, ano ba yung, So yun nga, tinatanong ko, ano pang pinakamabilis na course para makapag-college of law na ako? So, tinatanong ko yung mga CBP coordinators how to do it. So, sabi nila, ito, ganyan. So, but because, as I was saying earlier, originally the plan was to join the Foreign Service. Kaya I took up Bachelor of Science in International Relations.
Pero still, nung hinahanap mo yung anong course na kukunin it was because gusto mo mag-law after
Yes, oo.
That program.
Yes. You know, I had two choices then. The first was political science. But sadly, hindi ako natanggap.
Ganun pala yun.
Hindi ako natanggap kasi nga declaration against interest na ito under the law and evidence. Hindi ako natanggap because siguro yung I think may average. Alam mo naman pag high school ka, di ba?
Saan kayo na, guys?
ILS. Yes. Batch 97.
Same po pala kayo.
Sabi sa'yo, magpapausa na ako sa Cagayan de Oro. Sunod talaga sa footsteps na sir.
Mashallah. ILS ako, 1997. Yun nga, alam mo na, pag bata ka, may hilig kasi ako ng music. Di ba?
Yeah.
I always tell my class, yes. So, mahilig ako ng music, may banda ako. So, hindi masyado serious sa parang
pag-aaral.
Not really, but parang dito muna, gusto ko munang subukan to. But then I realized, nung nag-college na ako, it's not good pala. Kailangan pala, I have to do good. Kasi if I'm going to take the proper course for my pre-law, dapat pala pag-igihan ng bata, di ba? So, but I did not regret that. I know that I enjoyed the life that I had. Yeah.
So, bakit, sir, from wanting to become a foreign service officer, nag-law school ka na lang? Oo.
I thought na kala ko kaya kong pagsabayin.
Okay.
Yung pala hindi. Because foreign service exam is really tough. Exam, yeah.
Sir, you mentioned na you were looking for a program na sa tingin mo ay madaling matapos so that you can proceed to law school. Now, when you were taking the program of international relations, ano yung sa tingin mo na mga nakuha mo sa program na yun or na-experience mo sa program na yun which helped you, in law school?
Well, first of all, I love history. Yeah, I love history. And the two has connection. Political science, history, international relations, and then kasi ako, yung personality ko is I'm always curious to know many things.
Okay.
Yeah. So parang naging driving force ko yun.
So sir, after mo gumraduate ng international relations, diretso ka na ba ng law school?
Oo. In fact, that is why we were the last so-called special batch in law school. Kasi normally, 'di ba ang law school ang school calendar is in June.
Oh, right.
Kami October. October class.
Okay.
Kami yung last batch na special class.
Sir, na-mention mo kanina na you only took your IS program or IR program for only 3.5 years. Paano 'to nangyari? Please tell us po.
Yes, it was a very challenging one because my advisor then, she does not want me to get quote-unquote overload subjects. So sabi ko sa kanya, ma'am, pabiro kong sinabi sa kanya, ma'am, pustahan tayo. Pag bumagsak ako ng isang subject or INC man lang, wag mo na ako ipa-overload ng subject. So pinagbigyan niya ako, sabi niya sa akin, atog ha? Kasi kamag-anak ko yung advisor. Atog ha? Sigurado ka? Sabi ko, yes ma'am, please. Let's try it lang. And in awa ng Diyos, every semester, wala naman akong bagsak. Then every summer, nagsasummer ako. Yes.
Okay.
Oo.
Kaya natapos
ko agad.
So, sinabi mo kanina, sir, na in high school, parang you were not
chill.
Very chill lang, no? Hindi ka pa really serious about your academics.
Yeah.
But then when you entered college, ano ba, may switch ba na
yes.
na
There
I
is.
have to do good?
Yeah, especially when I reached third year.
Okay.
Sabi ko, this is something different, no? Kasi especially when I met international law subjects and other diplomatic relations subjects, it's all about diplomatic relations. Sabi ko, this must be taken seriously. So parang doon yung tweak na, okay, shift na tayo to less chill.
Right. Parang serious mood.
Yes, oo.
Okay, sir. So, after you graduated and finished your program for 3.5 years, you then directly proceeded to law school.
Yes.
And as an international relations student, is it safe to say na ang forte mo is the international law or the political law na subject?
Well, I could not say 100%, but it did made a lot of contribution. In fact, magsasabi na ako, magyayabang na ako ng konti. Okay. In international law, our professor then was Prosecutor Cuenco. Yung subject na yun, walang pumapasa dun. Kasi sa sobrang hirap ng international law exam niya. So, nung naging subject namin yun, sinabi nila, walang pumapasa dyan. Lalos, nasa 50 lang yung nakukuha dyan, over 100. Sabi ko, ganun ba? So, I took it as a challenge kasi may personality until now, pag sinabi mong parang I will try. I'm not saying that I will succeed to it 100%, but I will try. That's my personality ever since when I was a kid. Until now. Sabi ko, try ko nga. And then to make this long story short, I took up our examination and I got 85 over 100.
Wow.
Which I believe is something na rare, no? Under his class na maka-85.
I think so. Kasi yun ang bali-balita, especially our seniors. And because of international relations, why I did that? Kasi it's not my first time to meet those principles in international law, the Pacta Sunt Servanda, so on and so forth, diba? Things like those.
Aside from international law sir na subjects, ano pa ba yung mga ibang law subjects na in love ka during law school and sa tingin mo naging forte mo?
Criminal law.
Okay.
Yeah, criminal law and remedial law. Yeah, in fact, there was one time that I was the only one who attended our class in remedial law.
Kasi ikaw lang yung...
Ganun ako ka-eager. And I want to learn remedial law.
And then the rest of your classmates nag-absent.
Yes, absent. Nagalit sila sa akin. Bakit ka pumasok? Yeah. But the irony is, yung wala sa radar ko yung labor law. Yes, that's the irony. Wala sa radar ko siya. Kasi iniisip ko siya parang political law. Yeah, parang late ko na na-realize when I was reviewing for the bar examinations. According to my checklist, bakit nawawala yung labor law sa checklist ko? Yeah, kasi nga masyado kong in love sa criminal law, sa remedial law. So parang ganun yung nangyari.
So, sir, since sabi mo nga parang may mga magaganda kang experiences sa law school, especially yung pumasa ka dun sa
international
relations. Yung naging journey mo sa law school was smooth na parang wala kang mga parang nakakahiyang recitation.
Well,
meron bang worst or embarrassing recitation moment?
Marami, countless.
Sir Atog, no?
Actually, yung law school journey ko is very challenging.
Hindi siya smooth?
Hindi, kasi I am a full-time working student. Yeah, I was the executive assistant of the late City Mayor Omar Solitario Ali.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Executive assistant niya ako. So parang ako I was the one tasked to review the resolution signed by the Sanggunian, the ordinances, and the executive orders to be promulgated by his office. So very, very challenging. Kasi full load in law school, full-time in office.
So, naging executive assistant ka niya during your first year law student?
Yes, all throughout.
Okay.
All throughout.
And how did you handle that, sir? Like, as a first year, di ba, definitely mahirap ang law
yes.
school. Paano nyo hinandle yung law school?
We have to say that lack of sleep. Because I was forced to sleep at 2 a.m., wake up at 6 a.m. because I have to work.
So you're that kind of student na nagsusunog ng kilay sa law school?
Literally, yes. So, you know, if you remember in our sessions in law school,
yes,
one thing that I always tell the class is know yourself. Be honest to yourself. Know your limitations. And try to figure out how to do and survive those limitations that you had in life. Diba? Example, you're having a hard time to articulate. Diba? You cannot articulate a basic principle. Try to practice. Do not deny it. Diba? You're having a hard time to express yourself. Do not deny it. Admit it. Diba? You're having a hard time to memorize. You just self-awareness.
Right.
Yeah. Diba?
Ina-assess mo yung sarili mo every step of the way.
Yeah, every step of the way. And that goes along throughout your life,
Yung parang yung sa libro na shinare mo sa testimonial na Principles by Ray Dalio, yung sabi doon na beneficial change will only come when you acknowledge and embrace your weaknesses.
Wow, you remember,
Oo, diba? Nag-study po si Hanan for this episode.
You remember it. Yeah, but that's my favorite,
At saka nung binanggit mo yun sa testimonial, binili ko kagad yung libro.
Thank you.
So,
naging endorser pa ako.
Diba? Hanan, pakiulit nga yun. Nakalimutan ko yung yung you acknowledge your weakness. Diba?
Yeah. Para magkaroon ng beneficial change.
And yun nga din talaga yung every time, sir, na may nagtatanong sa akin na mga bar takers na I always remember to tell them na every step of the way, assess yourself.
Correct. Correct.
If dito sa subject na to, okay ka ba dito? Or tagilid ka ba dito? If you are okay with it, then good. Spend more time with other subjects, diba?
Tama.
And if you're tagilid sa subject na to, just focus on it more. Give more time to it. Alright, going back, sir, sa law school days nyo, ano yung sa tingin mo yung pinakamahirap na year level mo? First year, second year, third year, fourth year?
Oh, it's the very challenging one was the third year level.
Bakit po, sir?
All bar subjects. Yes, and you know the pressure given by the circumstances, like ito yung pumapasa palagi. Tingnan nga natin na ma-maintain ba yung that idea. But honest to goodness, I did not intend to be impressive to my professors. All I wanted then was to survive. Kasi nga I was a working student. But the irony is, when I studied during those days, parang wala nang bukas. Parang bar exam na bukas. Binigay ko lahat. Oo, binigay ko lahat. So, alhamdulillah.
Sir, hindi mo nasagot yung tanong kanina. May embarrassing...
Oh, yes. I have.
Balikan natin yun.
Countless.
Kanino to, sir?
Hindi naman ang example.
Example, okay. In my commercial law class, under Commissioner Yusuf.
Si Sir Elias Yusuf.
Yes, oo. So, commercial law class ko siya. Oh, by the way, favorite ko yon kasi it's my swing score in the bar exam. Yeah, I got 84 in commercial law.
Nice.
Okay, so one time, alam kong nagre-recitation siya sa hallway, na-remember nyo, sa hallway ng College of Law. Tapat, yung room namin is tapat ng Dean's office. Naririnig ko na nagre-recite siya, galit siya. Tapos na-late ako. Ang ginawa ko, tumakbo ko approaching the door na with my feet na sounding as if nagmamadali ako. Okay. Pero actually, nakatayo lang ako nun sa labas ng pintuan. Acting ko lang yun na para maawa siya sa akin. Pagpasok ko, nakatingin siya sa akin. Oh, Mr. Mitmag. Sabi ko, sir, sorry ha. Kasi pinaprocess ko ho yung mga cheque nung travel ninyong mga piskal.
Rumasong ka pa.
Yes, nag-reason out pa ako. Akala ko lulusot ako. Tinawag pa rin niya ako. And that day, hindi ako naka-answer. The second is yung experience ko kay the late president, si Boss. Yes, in constitutional law, 2. Siya yung dean.
And anong year to, sir, if you still remember?
First year, second sem.
Okay. Bakit, sir? Bakit memorable siya, sir?
Very memorable because si Boss, consultant niya ako sa city prosecutor ng Iligan now, si E.G. Alonto. Dalawa kami. We were classmates.
Okay.
Magkasama kami from first year to fourth year.
We also hope to have
So may idea na kayo ngayon sino susunod.
nga.
Di ba? Okay, so ganun.
Hi, Sir Alonto.
Tinawag na kami. The whole period na 3 hours, nakatayo lang kami. Pag hindi kayo makasagot, all throughout the period of 3 hours, nakatayo lang kami. Every meeting.
And ganun talaga, sir, magpa-receipt si Sir Boss.
Yes.
Ever since. Kasi I met him nung first year law student po ako. This was in 2019. Tapos ganun din siya. If you are the star of the day,
Yes.
if 3 hours ang klase nyo, 3 hours kang
talaga.
nakatayo. That time 3 hours din yung namin, yung klase namin kasi 3 units if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. Consti 2.
So twice niya ako natawag as star of the day. So ganun pala din talaga siya even before.
Yes. Yung the one thing unique about me and Prosecutor Alonto is the whole period, dalawa kami nakatayo.
kayo.
Yes. Kabilaan kami. Nasa kabilang corner ako. Nasa kabilang corner siya. Oh, do you agree? Do you agree? Kami dalawa yung tinatanong niya.
Tapos nasa prime pa siguro ni Sir Boss.
Yes. Alam niyo, nawala yung ilaw. Nawala yung ilaw, ha?
Kasi gabi.
Gabi yung class namin. Gabi. Mga around 6 kami mag-start. Uwi kami ng 9. Nawala yung ilaw. Makikita mo lang yung cigarette niya. Bababa siya ng dun sa niya. Tatayo siya sa table niya. Naglalakad yung cigarette. Lalapit sa'yo. During the recitations, ha?
Oh my.
Ganun din kami. Very yung after yan katutudan sa sigupan niya na malangan na tumutuloy man.
Yes. Oo.
I'd like to ask, sir, ano ba siya sa table?
Yung table? Yung trademark niya? Yes. I have to be cruel sometimes. Only to be kind.
Yeah.
Sa kanya ko nakuha yun.
Mashallah.
Yeah. Pakasurganol na si Pres. Yeah.
So, for me, that's also one of the fondest memories I have in law school, especially as a first-year law student. And you were
parang
also
gusto mo nang umatras.
Oo, grabe.
Diba? Parang ayaw mo na. Meron pang isa ako
sige, sir.
The late the Dean Emeritus of College of Law, Dean Aguam.
Okay.
Kasi friend niya yung grandfather ko.
So parang sabi niya baka magaling ko kasi...
sa evidence, pag tinatawag niya ako lagi yung literaling gulpi. Ginugulpi niya ako kasi nga friend niya yung grandfather ko. So I thought na galit ata sa akin si sir. Yung pala, it's the reverse. Kasi nga kaibigan niya yung
Kaya gusto niya matrain ka
yes,
niya.
oo. And you know what, Attorney Hannah and Attorney Harold, I can still vividly recall it. After I took up his subject evidence, well, I always brag about it because I got 87 in my finals in his exam.
Remember mo pa talaga, sir, yung
Yes.
score, no?
Alam mo bang pinuntahan niya ako sa yung canteen? Linapitan niya ako, sabi niya sa akin, Attorney Mitmag. Yes!
He addressed you as attorney.
Parang, sir, sabi niya sa akin, you are very much ready to take the bar exam. I can remember that. Naging booster ko yun eh.
For someone like him to tell
Yes.
na makakapasa ka,
Oo.
you're ready to take the bar.
Third
And
year ako nun, ha?
Mashallah.
Third year ako nun.
That means something.
Parang naging anting-anting ko yun at lakas ng loob na baka swertehin ako.
Sir, di ba full-time law student ka, full-time ka rin na nagwo-work?
Yes.
Wala bang point na parang kuya di mag-effort? Pwede naman na
Isa na
may
lang.
excuse naman ako kasi working ako. So, bakit ganun pa rin yung ginagalingan mo pa rin sa every classes? was the goal is parang matapos mo kagad yung law school?
Yes, oo.
And bakit?
Matapos ko siya na parang ang sa akin is pinasok ko to. So I have to finish this one. I always impart this mindsetting to anyone I meet. Like kung sinasabi is once you undertake anything, any activities, any undertaking for that. You have to finish it. Commitment.
Do not leave any unfinished business.
Yes, oo.
Sir, sabi mo parang law school was challenging for you. Was it partly because you were trying to finish as top of your class?
Oh, no. Ang goal ko lang din is
To survive, like what
to
you said.
survive.
Uh-huh.
And then my goal also secondly is that sabi ko para pag nag-review ako,
Madali na lang.
yeah, to be honest, for lack of budget due to budget constraint, parang I cannot afford anymore to do another set of
retake.
review. Yes.
Oo. Kasi I remember, sir, during one of our classes na sinabi mo na scholar ka and kaya ako sa inyo pupunta from Cagayan de Oro to MSU para mag-teach sa inyo was to bring back sa MSU na nagpaaral at nagpaabogado sa akin ng libre.
Thank you for remembering that. Actually, yes. Until now, that's the main reason why I do not want to leave MSU College of Law. Because that during our time, there was this thing as tuition privilege. So I don't pay a single centavo as long as may nami-maintain kaming parang grades or
Average.
something, or wala kaming bagsak.
Right.
So, alhamdulillah, all throughout my
Law school years,
okay naman yung performance.
na-kept mo yung scholarship.
Yeah, but then again, I always go back to that idea na, once I finish the subject, I'll see to it that I learn from it. Yeah, especially the important principles.
Sir, did you graduate as the top of your class?
No, I was ranked second.
Okay.
The first one is yung next ninyo na i-guess, si City Prosecutor A.J. Alonto.
Okay, siya pala ang valedictorian.
Yes,
sir.
yeah, siya.
And then you were the salutatorian.
Yes, and then we were best of friends, ha?
Right.
Yeah,
And I
katabi yung
think-
upuan namin.
And if I'm not mistaken, parang brothers din kayo sa...
Yeah, in
Beta
law school,
Sigma.
Beta Sigma Lambda. Also in Freemasonry. Coming in, yes.
Okay. Alright, sir. So, I'm sure kasi maraming tayong mga listeners na mga working law students and mga working na maglo-law student, aspiring law students. Do you have any tips for them to survive law school?
Yeah, it varies on how you, kasi iba-iba yung approach natin in life. But one thing I could say is that you set your goal, you manage your time. That is a must. Kasi you cannot give a full 100% when you are a working student, right? So I always tell them, even in other occasions, I was asked on how to what would be my advice to working students, and I always tell them, when you read, do not rush. Consider it that as if tomorrow is the bar exam.
Ganun talaga.
So
Yeah.
parang
Quality.
pag nagbabasa ka, namnamin mo.
Yes. So, parang wala nang bukas, yung sabi ko, quote and quote.
Ako kasi I was not a working law student, but I can imagine na for a law student na working, parang sobrang rush
Oh, yes.
yung pag-study nila.
Oo.
Nanginiran na mapasadiran sa
No,
libro
dapat hindi ganon.
sa isang upuan.
Dapat hindi ganon.
Okay.
It's quality over quantity.
Right.
Yeah. Kaya ako nga, sabi ko nga, lagayan ng sinasabi ko, I know my limitations. I know myself. So kailangan, I have to spend more hours reading just to understand the concept.
Paano ba, sir, yung if you still remember yung techniques mo or yung methods mo, do you start with provisions, with your caudal, or do you dive in directly sa annotated books?
I read the caudal first and
Okay.
try to understand it. Okay, and then trying to understand it, and then ako yung style ko, tatayo ako, and then maglalakad-lakad, trying to recall it, trying to picture it out, trying to give a scenario.
Okay.
Yeah, in my own way.
And as a law student, do you also read full text cases or digested?
You have to read the full text.
Okay. Even as working law student.
Yes,
no?
you have to read the full text. Mahirap yung time namin, wala naman kami kasing law pill. Yes.
So paano ba to, sir?
Xerox.
Xerox.
Di ba? Photocopy mo,
Okay.
ganyan. Tapos, Di ba? Karton na.
Unlike ngayon, pag may iPad ka na, anywhere.
Di ba? Ano ba yun?
Ilang cases yung pwede mo.
Yes, alam niyo, napakadali ng life ng law student ngayon. Napadali, oo.
Naalala ko nga yung sabi ni Sir Atog na yung caudal daw niya, binubulsa niya sa...
Sinihan.
O, sa binubulsa
Bulsa ko, oo.
Tsaka yellow paper.
Yes. Oo.
Yung bulto-bulto yung dadalhin mo para lang makapag-study. But now, you only need iPad.
Kaya nga.
And may narinig din ako ng mga recent bar passers na all throughout law school, isang phone lang ang dala nila.
Oo. Kasi
Dito bigyan di pag-study yan. Just imagine.
Ganun ka convenient yung
Yes, exactly. Yung pag-study for them.
Kaya nung time namin, dala-dalawa yung bag mo. 'Di ba? Kasi yung libro mo, 'di ba? Tapos yung mga cases na binabasa mo.
Marami ba kayo, sir, during your time?
Kami, nung batch namin, marami kami.
Right.
Marami kami.
But siguro how many of you were ang naging lawyers?
Siguro more than 10 na. More than 10 out of 30. More than 10.
Ayun. So, okay, we've talked about your law school journey, mashallah. And also you've shared about the fondest memories you have during your law school years. Ngayon, sir, we would like to ask about your bar exam preparations. Asan po ba kayo nag-review during your bar preparation?
Sa UP Law Center in Manila. UP Diliman.
Kailan po kayo nakagraduate? Anong year?
2004. Yes.
And then directly nag-review na po kayo?
Yeah. We graduated around December 2004. So, I went to Manila at around February. Yeah, February, March, April, May, June, July. September was the bar exam.
Nag-relieve po ba kayo sa work?
Yes. I availed of my leave credits.
Okay.
Yeah, kasi nga due to I'm a working student, and then a family man.
May asawa ka na, sir?
Yeah.
During law school?
Law school, yeah. We got married when I was when we were in our third year, yeah.
Law school?
Law school.
So bali law student din?
Yes,
Balik tayo dun sa mo. You were third year law student, working at the same time, and a married person.
Yes.
So, paano mo pinagsabay lahat ng yun?
Because siguro my wife then is also law student.
Okay.
So nagkakaintindihan.
That also helped you na.
Yes.
Okay, may moments na nagtatanungan kayo about provisions.
Yeah.
Okay. So, going back sa review proper mo, you went to Metro Manila during 2005 and reviewed there. Kamusta po yung review time nyo?
To be honest, I hope the listeners will not get misunderstood me. But to be honest, it was a very easy one.
Yeah, because maybe yung sabi niyo mo nga, sir, na sa law school ka pa lang, parang you study na as if tomorrow is the bar. So parang yun yung sinasabi natin sa episode sa Attorney Haron na kailangan talaga when you prepare for the bar, first year ka pa lang.
The preparation is in law school actually. It's not in the review center.
It has to be really a review, not your first view.
Yes, oo.
Sinabi mo na it was an easy time for you during your review session. Nagbabasa pa rin po ba kayo? Ilang hours po yung spend nyo during your time?
The usual period that I was used to.
So hindi ka nag-chill.
No.
Hindi mo kinalma, hindi ka nag-relax.
It's just that hindi ganun ka-heavy yung reading time ko. Kasi I had my notes. And in fact, I made my own reviewer.
No.
Yeah, when I was reviewing, I made my own reviewer. In-arrange ko siya according to topic.
This was during your review?
Review, yes.
So gumawa ka ng
sarili ko.
Attorney Hanan, I think if bar review ka tapos you have time to make a reviewer for yourself, I think that's a sign, that's a good sign na you are prepared. Kasi I wouldn't say that during my bar review I was prepared. I don't think I could make a reviewer. Alam mo yun, parang feeling ko wala akong oras para magsulat-sulat at gumawa ng reviewer for myself to consume, no? So for you to create your own reviewer, feeling ko very kalma yung review season mo.
True, kasi ako rin, Attorney Haron, I told you sa previous episodes natin, I had my own reviewer too. Na ako mismo yung gumawa because it took me a while before I passed. Kasi parang, di ba, nag-pandemic, so move ng move. So, I had ample time to really make my own reviewer.
But would you recommend that, sir, sa mga bar
Ako, I
reviewers natin?
strongly suggest you should make your own notes.
Okay.
Make your own reviewer.
Although ngayon kasi, sir, ang dami na din kasing mga reviewers na nagsisilabasan
Oo.
na very very syllabus type na. Oo. So, which do you think?
Pero alam mo yung confidence na ikaw yung gumawa.
Yeah,
Iba yun eh.
Yes, at saka however, Attorney Haron, kahit may review materials na ngayon na according pa rin sa syllabus, may mga dinidiscuss doon na alam mo naman na hindi tatanong. So,
Yes.
better discount yourself from reading them. So, yun yung ibabawas mo
Tama.
doon.
Yes,
Yung magpo-forecast ka talaga.
So, ano yung pinaka-tip nyo po for our bar reviewees and bar takers, sir?
Well, remember this, on the day of your bar examination, I think I also shared this one sa inyo sa class. You should have that confidence in you that you can make it. Di ba sinasabi ko, wag mo namang i-announce sa katabi mo na I will pass. Pero sa sarili mo lang.
Never. Wag mo
May
gagawin
konti
yan.
kang for lack of better term may konti kang angas
Okay.
sa sarili mo. Kaya ko to.
Right.
Kasi come to think of it, 'di ba? Come to think of it na hindi pa nag-uumpisa yung laban, sabi mo ayoko na. 'Di ba? Parang wala na. Talo ka na.
Kasi
Talo ka na.
you are what you think.
Yes,
diba?
you are what you think.
And if you think na kaya mo,
Alam mo yung performance level ka dapat, 'di ba? Parang pagsasayaw ka at kakanta ka, eto performance level na to. Parang ganon. Yeah. So dapat ganon yung mindsetting ng law student. And of course, in before any undertaking that we do, we always implore the aid of Almighty God.
exactly.
That's the best formula that you can have, that you should have.
Since malapit na yung bar, syempre wala na silang time to review pa nito eh. Wala na 2 weeks na lang bar na.
Yeah.
So anong tip mo sa kanila aside sa yung confidence na
Yeah.
dalhin?
Usually the 2-week remaining period, you pamper yourself. Yeah.
Not to the extent na makalimutan.
Yeah, not to the extent. You pamper yourself in a sense that do not overburden. Kasi akala mo wala kang alam, meron. Nandyan yan eh.
True.
Nandyan
Lalabas
yan.
din yan.
Yes, oo. Kasi the more you struggle na, oh my God, hindi ko alam to. Simple meaning of Duralex Sedlex, you're struggling, di ba? But in fact, alam mo yun. Di ba?
Alam mo, I agree with that, sir. Kasi in my own experience, when I was taking the labor law during my bar exam, di mag-flashback so discussion ka.
Thank you.
Matan, so yung mga bar takers natin, trust yourself, trust your
Yes.
journey, trust your training in law school.
And did you notice when you are relaxed?
Ay,
Di ba? You can be yourself 100%.
iba. Totoo.
Diba?
Totoo.
So parang, okay. Parang, hindi naman sa but parang sasabihin mo, ito talaga yung tanong. Di ba? Alam ko na experience
Yes,
nyo yan.
sir.
Di ba?
Yes.
When you took the bar exams. But that's because that is the fruit of your hard work during law school days.
Yun yung isa sa mga kailangan labanan ng mga first takers.
Yes.
Yung nerve
Yes.
when taking the
Oo.
bar exam.
Overthinking.
Oo.
Dapat wala yun. Wala yung hindi naman chill na to the point na kinalimutan mo na. But
Right.
yung yung try to pamper yourself na makarelax ka, makapag-isip ka ng clear. And of course, 2 weeks. Kasi nga 2 weeks a day before, you should really have a good sleep. Matulog kayo. Yeah, yung mga magbabar, friends, relatives, students, colleagues, matulog kayo before the bar exam.
When you were reviewing, sir, ikaw mag-isa ka lang po ba or with someone with the group?
I was with my wife. Yeah. Kami. Ang kagrupo ko noon in UP is our mayor in Marawi City, Mayor Mahul Gandamra.
Okay.
Kami.
Bakit?
Nag-abot kami ng review doon.
Okay.
Yeah, but he was supposed to take the 2005, hindi siya nag-take. 2006 siya nag-take ng bar.
So sir, 'di ba gumraduate kayong salutatorian, was there a goal to top the bar?
To be honest, yeah, there was. Sabi ko, parang kaya ko.
Then what happened po?
You know, when I was reviewing, meron akong secret note na yung listing ng top 1 to 10. Pinalitan ko ng picture yung number 8. Sabi ko, 8 lang yung goal ko, okay na ako.
Right.
And you know, the goal then was, at least, my goal was to top. Para kung hindi yung nakatop, nandun pa rin ako sa passing. Pero sa akin lang yun, hindi ko pinagkalat yun. In fact, ngayon ko lang sinabi yan. Oo, goal ko yun, parang booster ko siya. Booster ko siya na, baka naman swertehin din. Especially so that, my inspiration then was, yung mga nagtatop from the province. Diba? Kasi before, it was dominated by Manila, right?
Law schools.
Manila Law Schools, diba? So, ngayon, biglang may nag-emerge na coming from the provinces.
Provincial law schools.
Yes. So, para naging ano ko yun, naging inspiration ko yun na, kaya pala.
Nung time nyo, sir, paano nyo nalalaman yung bar result? Newspaper ba to?
Newspaper, di ba?
Or
para namang gusto nyong sabihin Jurassic World.
Pero wait. Before tayo pumunta sa bar results ni sir, your bar exam 2005 was dubbed as the longest bar exam. Bakit po ito longest?
Ang daming questions. Just imagine civil law alone.
Okay.
It has 65 questions.
I do.
Kasi merong sub A, B, C, D, E.
May mga anak, nanganganak.
Yes. Iba, unlike ngayon na 1 to 20.
Oo.
Yung sa amin is number 1, A, B, C, D, E. Number 2, A, B, C, D, E. Ang dami. So, ang haba. In fact, yung commercial law namin, ang daming hindi nakatapos.
So, but you were still given the same time, same amount of time.
Yes, same.
Hindi ba unfair yun for you guys?
Same. Very, very, very challenging yung. Kaya we always, the 2005 bar passers, diba? Kasabay ko si BP Sara. She's the vice president. She's a 2005 bar passer.
I see.
Kasabay kami. So, kaya we always brag about it na, tough ang haba ng 2005 bar examination and we survived it. And you know, siguro alam mo yung sinasagot ko, yung mga questions, I can recall it. Parang, it was all because of my preparation in law schools. So it always boils down and goes back to the thing that nag-aral ako ng maayos sa law school ko.
Totoo, sir.
Not the review, but in my law school days.
And sir, when you passed the bar exam, yun yung first take mo na.
Yes, oo.
Please walk us through, sir, on doon sa day na lumabas yung results.
It was a very memorable one.
Bakit?
Sino man bang hindi memorable one, right?
No?
Nandito ako noon sa SM. SM.
As a CDO.
Yeah, SM CDO. That was in 2006 March. Kasi yun yung result
May
ng bar
SM
exam.
na pala nun.
May SM. Diba? Parang Jurassic, Diba? Nandyan. Kasi ako a believer din ako ng manifesting.
Okay.
Manifesting. So when I woke up that day, ito, walang biro to ha. I saw 2 butterflies. The color is yellow and blue. Sabi ko, parang kinukutuban ako na mamaya yung result. I told my wife, sabi ko, punta tayo ng department store. Sabi niya, bakit? Gusto kong tumingin ng barong. Isusuot ko sa oath-taking. Pero sa isip ko lang yun Kasi kabadong-kabado ako may minsan may mga, although hindi maganda, may mga pamahiin din ako kunwari ng mga, although hindi yun dapat. But, sarigo Allah, di ba? Kadro Allah. So, kaabugado, di ba? So, manifesting, tinitingnan ko, sinusukat-sukat ko sa sabi ko, sana, buka-bugado. Alam ko yung result mamaya So, ngayon, si Judge Arasad, professor namin,
yes.
Tinext niya ako, sabi niya sa akin, nasa Supreme Court ako kasi newspaper lang di ba? Wala namang kaming, unlike ngayon, nasabay ng YouTube. Di ba?
Or wala bang yun, sir? Parang ina-announce sa field ng Supreme Court? Yung like sa Metro Manila. Wala bang...
If a flash siya for the first time. Yung 2005 na... yes, yung pa-flash siya sa
Pero wala ka sa Manila at
wala ako sa Manila kasi ngayon na working
So, newspaper lang talaga?
Newspaper lang. So, ang nangyari, kumain kami sa Jollibee. Tapos alam mo, paborito, Jollibee, sorry with mentioning
Okay lang, sige.
brand, KFC.
Opo.
KFC, yung KFC dun sa corner tabi ng National Bookstore, di ba? Paborito ko yun eh. Hindi ko naubos yung for the first time, hindi ko naubos yung kinakain ko. Kasi alam ko lalabas na eh. Sabi ko kay Judge, 6 o'clock na, bakit wala pang
6 o'clock ng...
Dapat 5 lalabas.
Ng gabi?
Ng gabi,
Okay.
ng hapon. 6 p.m. na, wala pa rin ako nare-receive na text. Sabi ko, baka eto nga yun. Na wala ako. Di ba? Alam ko kasi in-announce na ilalabas. So mga around before 8, alam, I can vividly recall it before 8. Yung phone ko nagri-ring. Phone ko noon, Nokia na I forgot the,
The unit.
Yeah. Sabay na tumatawag yung father ko and mother ko.
Oh.
Bakit, sir?
Pumapasok yung call na, uy, ba't sila tumatawag? Tapos nanginginig ako. Ano to? Sabi ko, ba't sabay to na Ba't sabay na...
Pumasok.
Yeah. Yung pala, sila pa yung unang nakaalam
Paano nila?
na naging abogado na pala ako. Dahil yung first cousin ko, nasa Manila siya, nasa Supreme Court pala siya. Tiningnan niya. So ngayon, nung kinonfirm ko dun sa pinsan ko, sabi ko, i-double check mo kasi dalawa kaming mitmug. Si Alexander Mitmug at saka Abdul Aziz. Sabi niya, tol, ikaw to, MET-MUG. And you won't believe it. Alam mo bang, tumatakbo ako from KFC to National Bookstore. Nagtatumbling ako. Yes!
Grabe.
Tapos, sumujud ako. Alhamdulillah. Parang, yung mga security guard, napitan nila ako. Kasi akala nila, anong ginagawa nito? Kasi I was shouting, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Yes.
Kakatapos lang ng...
Oo, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Parang ganyan. Sumisigaw ako habang tumatakbo ako sa SM. Nung linapitan nila ako, si Mayor Palau, Madam ba? Mayor Palau. Kasi yung ate niya, kabatch namin, sabi niya, wag niyo kasi pumasaya ng bar, naging abogado yan. Hayaan niyo siya. So, ganun yung nangyari, and then the rest is, parang...
Ano yun, sir? Naabutan ba yun, sir, nung lolo nyo?
Hindi na. Hindi na. Oo, wala na. Kasi nasa ako noon, college ako noon, wala na siya. Oo.
Since, sir, the rest is history na sa bar result nyo. Curious din ako, sir. If looking back, nung time na pupunta ka sa amin sa MSU na from Cagayan de Oro, then pupunta ka sa MSU to teach, na at that time parang 500 lang ata yung nakukuha nyo per unit. And then, parang mas nakakaabuno pa kayo sa, syempre sa, gasolina nyo.
Yeah. Totoo yun.
Bakit, kung looking back po, may regret po ba? Or parang, ka-question ka sa self ka, ba't ko ba ginawa yun? Ano to suswa?
Wala talaga. Kasi alam mo yung, to be honest parang until now, if there is a chance to serve MSU College of Law, I will do it. Yeah, normally, napapagod ka. Dahil, tao ka lang napapagod ka din. But, alam mo yung you want to leave a legacy na there was one time na nakasalamuhan namin si Sir, 'di ba? I mean, the only compensation that I am happy about is every time I hear my former students, Sir, thank you kasi yung subject mo ganito, alam mo, para akong binayaran no ng ilang daang libo. Ang na-receive ko.
Gaya po nung ako, sir, after I passed the bar, isa po kayo sa mga pinasalamatan ko through Messenger.
You.
And not to brag nilapag ko pa yung grade ko po sa labor law na 80 plus.
Wow!
And I really give credit to you, sir.
Thank you.
Because just to share, na-meet po kita nung graduating na ako. And then sinabi mo, okay, first meeting natin, okay, tatanungin ko kayo, ano yung subject or ano yung topic sa labor law na sa tingin nyo ay gray area nyo?
Yeah.
So, medyo na shock ako doon kasi that's the first time na I met a law professor na ganun yung approach.
Ako naman, Attorney Haron, I can remember na nasama ko sa sabi ni Sir, itong tatlong to, pag hindi maganda ang score nyo sa final exam.
I remember that.
Bagsak na kayo. I was like, no, wait. Hindi ako pwedeng mabagsak kasi maka-enroll ako sa San Sebastian for review. Sabi ko, hindi ako pwedeng Kaya binigay ko yung lahat
Alhamdulillah.
during law school pa lang. Kaya yun din siguro sir yung reason kung bakit consistent yung score ko din sa, pumapasa ako sa bar exam o sa labor law kasi nung sa first take ko at saka sa recent take ko na, sa Kagiwaw, lahat yun, talaga, maganda yung performance ko dun. Parang na-validate ako dun sa, ibabrag ko na din. Yun, nung nag-top ako sa labor law review, labor law review. Oh, yun, sabi pa ni Sir Zed sa akin, talo yun yung tigin si Hannah na. Pagdating, ska ko ni-top commission. I was like, Sir Atus, ako, paano? So, yun, parang, dun ko naita yung na-discount niya ko during review na mag-duel pa on it. Parang, kumbaga sa hindi ko na siya kailangang idig pa kasi meron na akong foundation na maganda sa law school pa lang.
So it really takes a good professor, no? Para ma-inspire niya yung mga students niya. And sir, this is also one of the reasons why we invited you here sa episode na to. Sa podcast na to, this is our way of honoring you and thanking you.
Thank you. Mashallah.
So tigiran na habang buhay pa mag-yology ka na.
Ayun. So okay sir, puntahan natin sir yung work experience mo as a lawyer na. When you passed the bar exam, you were working, di ba sir?
Yeah. Still working.
So after you passed the bar, naging lawyer, umalis ka na ba? So
not immediately.
Okay.
You know, this is another funny story about my journey as a lawyer then. Originally, my plan was not to practice.
So
I never had that idea na ayoko mag-practice, gusto kong pasok ako sa opisina, mag-opisina lang ako kasi nandun yung ayoko ng litigation.
Right, parang gusto mo table lawyering like
yeah. But for lack of better term, parang ganon. But I was offered to take the city legal officer.
Okay.
Of Parawi City because yung mayor noon is yung uncle ko. Yung wife niya is the younger sister of my mother, the late, yung first lady na, Zainab Usudan Ali. Pumunta ako ng Hall of Justice just to check the court's hearing. I just want to know, ano bang meron sa litigation?
Right.
Diba? So, eto, I every time I see Sir Kalala, Attorney Dave Kalala, every time I see him, I always tell him, sir, thank you. You know why? Pagpasok ko ng Hall of Justice, sabi niya sa akin, attorney meet mo. Kasi teacher natin, di ba? You join the PAO. You practice. And believe me, you will thank me one day. So parang sa akin, yung pala, I did not know he was a former PAO lawyer in Manila.
Okay.
So tingnan mo nga naman yung destiny. After I had that conversation with him, tinawagan ako ng regional director ng PAO. Si Regional Director Abisina Alonto. Yes, I got a personal call from him. Tog, kasi tawag niya sa akin. Tog, you joined the PAO. So alam mo yon, yung parang wala sa mapa mo yung litigation. Di ba? So pumunta ako sa litigation. Kasi per recommendation of the late Sir Ernie Masorong. Pakasorgano Allah. They were my professors. You know, one of my best mentors are the two of them. Si Sir Abisina at saka si Sir Abek and si Sir Ernie. Talagang sila yung nagbigay sa akin ng inspirasyon na believe in yourself that you can be a good lawyer. I'm not saying that I am a good lawyer, but you can be a good PAO lawyer. So, to make the long story short, I joined the PAO in 2006.
And I can still remember, sir, nung 2018 na professor ka namin, PAO lawyer ka din nun.
Yes.
Na sabi mo, 2018?
For 13 years.
Yeah, for 13 years.
Until 2017.
2017.
Yes, 2017.
Tapos yun yung parang sabi mo na kayo sa PAO is parang nagpapa-music kayo ng Eraserheads.
Yes, kasi yung batch namin din, same age kami. Same, ano bang tawag niyo doon? Generation. Ano ba kami?
Wala na po kayo sa...
wala lang. Gen Z ba kami or what? Or millennials. Batang 90s. Yun. Batang 90s yung ano namin. But to be honest, Attorney Hannah and Attorney Haron, when I started my practice, I had that mission. Sabi ko, may mission pala ako. Kaya ito siguro yung binigay ng Allah na dito ako sa path na to because of this mission. You know, I always share this even to our non-Muslim brothers and sisters. You know, sabi ko sa kanila we, the Bangsamoro people, still has that struggle. Na struggle in a sense na we are subjected to stereotyping. Pag ganito, parang meron na silang, no offense, I did not mean anything. Hindi naman lahat ng mga kapatid natin na mga non-Muslim. Hindi naman lahat ganoon. But naging panata ko yun na I want to prove them that we can be their partners. Yeah. So kaya when I joined the PAO, sabi ko, I have to be a good public servant for the future generations and the incoming Muslim, quote-unquote, PAO lawyers na okay naman pala yung mga kapatid nating Muslim. Hindi naman pala yung nasasabing ganito. Hindi naman, di ba? Ganon yung goal ko.
And I think, sir, during this time, parang hindi pa ganun ka-competitive yung salary grade ng PAO lawyer.
Oo, at the time. Oo. Salary grade 18 lang ako noon.
I'm sure there were a lot of opportunities for you with higher salary grades available, pero you still chose to stay with PAO.
Yeah.
And as a PAO lawyer.
Because of that goal. Yeah. Because of that goal. Now, ako lang kasi yung PAO lawyer na Maranao in Cagayan de Oro. Oo. Kasi lumipat ako from Marawi to Cagayan de Oro for 13 years.
So as a matagal-tagal na din yun, sir, no? 14 years. As a PAO lawyer, ano yung sa tingin mo yung hindi mo makakalimutan na kaso na na-handle mo na napakalapit sa puso mo?
Alam mo yung yung walang pang bail. Tapos yung kaso niya is simple theft na yung kuryente, yung mga bakal ng kuryente na tinitimbang nila. Tapos ang bail niya, ang bail recommended is 2,000, 3,000. Tapos nandiyan yung mga anak niya na umiiyak. Kasi nga construction worker siya, hindi naman niya alam. Siyempre, sabi niya, sir, aanin niyo naman ito. Itatapon niyo rin lang ito. Ikilo na lang namin, pangdagdag namin ng pambili ng pagkain. Alam mo yon yung gano'n. Tapos, ikaw yung bubunot mismo ng pampiyansa ng kliyente mo. Na, sige na lang, ako na. Ganon. In so many occasions, maraming ganon.
Sir, with the fulfilling experiences you had sa PAO, at the same time, sabi mo nga conducive na yung environment kasi for you to work with eraserheads na nagpa-play, anong nag-push sa'yo na mag-labor arbiter? Kasi naalala ko nagre-review ka nung time na professor ka na.
Kasi ako, I was assigned as the labor lawyer of the Public Attorney's Office in Cagayan de Oro City. That's where I started to
fell in love.
Like labor. Sabi ko, ang ganda pala ng labor. Wow! Ito yung dati hindi ko to pinapansin. Di ba? Ang ganda. From there, yun na siguro. Kasi dati takot akong lumabas sa comfort zone ko when it comes to my job. Parang, mag-a-adjust na naman ako, panibago. Parang okay na ako dito. But sabi ko, why not try it?
Right.
Why not try it? Why not try na? Baka swertehin ako, very competitive. Alam mo yun, wala naman akong connection na I just want to try it. Baka
para sa iyo.
Baka para sa akin ngayon na kuri sa ibigay to Allah, exactly. 'Di ba? Na yun yung
Paano po ba maging isang labor arbiter? Do you have to pass a certain examination?
Oh yes, oo, meron siyang may examination, tapos may panel interview, then there will be an en banc resolution for the shortlisted applicants. So sino shortlist nila kayo?
And then doon na sila pipili.
Yeah, doon na pipili ang Office of the President.
Right.
Yes, ganun yung nangyayari.
Sir, kasi kanina may na-mention si Hanan na parang naging jurisprudence na kaso mo. Would you like to tell us about that?
Yes, and an landmark case siya in the sense that it's the first I hope I'm not wrong, but it's the first Supreme Court decision en banc about RA 9165.
Okay.
It's the case of People versus Romy Lim. So I was the handling lawyer before the Court of Appeals and until Supreme Court. So parang something to parang masaya na ako yung handling lawyer niya na ito yung theory ko na about the chain of custody. Because it's an RA 9165 case. So tuwing nakikita ko yung pag nagbabasa ako, sabi ko wow. And then thank you to sa Public Attorney's Office. I would like to thank them because I was not able to thank them publicly because they gave me an Excellence in the Government Service Award. Because of that. Yes, because of that case, People versus Romy Lim.
Sir, kasi ngayon, may mga listeners na kami ng mga lawyers because sila yung mga nagre-review nung nagsa-start kami, tas ngayon, nakikinig pa rin sila. Anong ma-advise mo sa kanila as they are new lawyers? Kasi naalala ko when I was still under your class, parang na-mention mo sa amin na kayo, pag naging abogado kayo, kailangan mag-practice muna kayo. Kasi kaya kanubo, may ko tawagan mga lulot yo. Anthony Kidiesen, abu simple, ato na mana no somon na dinyo katawan.
Totoo yan. Yeah. But taking it from my own personal experience. Kasi na-realize ko yun paano ko magtatanong yung mga alam nyo naman tayong mga Maranao, di ba? Kranish na. Isa nyo kasi attorney, di ba? Siguro ang advice ko sa kanila ganito, you consider a case no matter how simple it is as if it is a highly celebrated one. Yung paghahandaan mo siya ng 100%, ibibigay mo yung talagang kaya mo. Hindi yung simple lang ito, simple theft, hindi okay lang or simple lang ito na ejectment case. Wag ganon. Parang bibigay mo siya na as if magiging highly celebrated case ito. You know why? Because you're going to love pursuing your theory. Yung theory mo as a lawyer. Secondly, yung mga new lawyers. I think it applies to all. If I may mention it, I was invited in one of the IBP talks. Meron akong as a resource speaker, what would be the gist of your statement? Ang sabi ko sa kanila, as lawyers, we have to be very, very careful. Why? Because for the layman's, our words for them are the laws. You get what I mean?
Yes.
Diba? Kung anong sasabihin natin, yun yung paniniwalaan nila na ito yung batas. Ito yung sabi ni attorney. Diba? Nakaka-experience kayo. No? Sabi ni attorney Haron, ganito diba? So, kailangan careful tayo when we give advice na let us not deviate ourselves to be administrators of justice. No matter what kind of advocacies you're having for your clients, you stick to your oath as a lawyer. So kaya nga ingat tayo, like kung sinasabi, even my relatives na new lawyers, sabi ko sa kanila, pag magbibigay kayo ng advice, be very, very careful. Kasi baka yan ang maging cause ng trouble. Kasi laging sasabihin si attorney. Tama? I know you would agree with me, right?
Parang authority ka kasi.
Yes, authority ka ng pamilya mo. Lahat itatawag sa'yo. Ultimong traffic violation.
True.
Diba, true?
Diba?
And then, sinasabi ko sa mga kamag-anak ko, nahuli ka? Bakit ka nahuli? Illegal parking di bayaran mo. Illegal parking ka naman pala diba? Yung akala nila isa-save mo, diba?
Gusto mong gawin ko?
Diba?
Punta dyan,
diba? Diba? Illegal parking bayaran, walang problema. Diba? Ganon. So things like those na for new lawyers and even those who are lawyers in the long practice already, who has been in the practice already, kailangan maisip natin yung palagi na be very careful tayo sa mga sinasabi nating advice. Diba? Kasi naniniwala yung tao na para sa kanila, you are the authority and you know everything. Diba? Ingat lang, ganon.
Sir, nung time na nagre-review ako for the bar, parang, syempre, it took me 4 years before I passed. So, parang medyo ito sa parang dark time ng buhay ko. And then, naalala ko rin yung sabi ni Sir Diron na, bar is just one challenge in your life. There's there are challenges beyond bar. Ikaw, sir, were there most challenging after the bar na parang nahirapan ka, na parang na-depress ka or ganyan?
Yes. Honest to goodness, yung I carried that challenge na kawawa naman kami mga Bangsamoro. Totoo yan. Kasi parang naiisip ko na if we cannot clear that stereotyping, prejudice, I'm sorry but ganon. But paano yung mga anak namin?
Symbiomasa.
Yeah, paano yung next generation pag hindi namin na settle yung issue na yan?
Right.
Diba? That was the great challenge. Until now, na we, para bang pinapakita ko palagi na tayong lahat na we can coexist. Diba? Without having to resort to things na hindi maganda.
So, naging lifelong, mo siya, sir? Lifelong mission, exactly.
Yeah, until now.
Na ipakita sa mga non-Moros that we too are, can be your equal.
Yes. And siya, kaya nga, I think you already know, I'm also with Liceo College of Law, diba? And that's my goal also. Diba? Na ipakita na, anong ba namang, okay sila.
Bangsamoros can also excel.
Yes. Oo, ganun.
Sir, kasi I remember we were present during the testimonial sa MSU Law na kayo po yung guest speaker nun. And you mentioned about anxiety that you faced, no? Recently lang siguro to,
Yeah,
sir?
that was very recent.
Would you like to share to us?
Oh, that was the,
If that's okay with you, of
yeah,
course.
it's fine. That is the most challenging part of my life. Yung the panic attacks that I was experiencing then. Minsan, lumalabas pa rin siya.
Bakit yun, sir? Kasi judge ba yung commissioner?
Pag labor arbiter, yeah, it's equivalent to in terms of rank yung regional trial court, yung pag labor arbiter. Siguro naging isang root cause noon is when I lost my father in 2016. So
matagal na to siya. Not
yes.
because of your profession.
No, nagsama-sama sila.
Okay.
So I was depressed since for almost 2 years.
Pero were you clinically diagnosed as a...
Hindi.
Okay.
Hindi. But I knew it that there's really
You're
something
not okay.
wrong. That I'm not okay.
You were not okay, right?
Parang even kahit yung simpleng lakad lang na pupunta ako ng sala, pupunta ako ng kitchen, hindi ko magawa. Kasi feeling ko matutumba ako. You know. Tapos there were occasions na habang nag-hearing ako, nagkakandak ako ng hearing, nagte-tremble yung body ko.
Out of nowhere.
Yes, for no reason ko ano nangyari.
And you don't even know why it happened.
What's the cause? Oo. Tapos I took that as a sign na to get more closer to my creator.
Right. Exactly.
Yung parang ngayon tinatanong ko sa sarili ko, ito literal to sinasabi ko sa sarili ko, nagsasalita ako na hindi naririnig ng family ko. Ngayon Atog, nakuha mo na yung na-accomplish mo na, na-achieve mo na yung gusto mo. So ano ngayon? Anong feeling? Diba? So imagine that struggle. Even my kids, they were affected. Kasi nga, nakikita nila ako na I'm not okay. I'm not okay. Although, pinipilit kong maging okay. And yun nga, sabi ko, ito yung sign siguro na to get more closer. I'm not saying that I'm not praying but to get more closer to Allah, parang, ito siguro yung way ko, kasi ito lang yung, can you imagine in a year, halos every month nasa hospital ako. For no reason.
Panic attack.
Pupunta lang ako ng hospital, sasabihin ng doktor ko, ito ka na naman.
Pero wala ba
i-check ako, I'm okay.
Wala silang diagnose?
Wala, I'm okay. Mag-undergo ko ng laboratory test, I'm okay. Psychologically, medyo, alam mo yung mga pinsan kong doktor, stress na stress sa akin, eto na naman siya. Puntahan niyo ako, nasa hospital ako. Parang gano'n. Sabi ko, anong nangyari? This is not my usual na outgoing. Ba? Yung lagi ako nasa labas. Isang bagay lang ang naalala ko. Parang masyado ako nag-relax.
Nag-relax.
I did not keep myself busy. Parang I stopped learning.
Which hindi yun yung
Yung usual na ako. Kasi sabi ko, di, labor arbiter na ako. I'm okay, I'm fine, I can do it.
I'm stable na.
Yeah, I'm okay na ako. So medyo na less yung drive ko
Yes.
na to learn, discover many things.
Right.
So I think that's one. So nung na-realize ko yun, I tried to recall, ano ba yung activities ko before na ginagawa ko na kailangan kong balikan para bumalik yung dating ako. 'Di ba? So kanya ang hirap noon. And siguro in a month 2 araw, 2 araw na akong may sabibong mayroong complete sleep.
Grabe.
Ganon yung panic attack ko kasi naiisip ko, iba yung panic attack ko na sana, I always pray na sana wag mag-experience ang family o kahit kayo and to your listeners na siguro dala ng overthinking na iniisip ko yung pamilya ko, yung mga anak ko, to the point na kahit pag nagdarasal ako, naiisip ko sila at umiiyak ako ng out of nowhere na, bakit ako umiiyak? Di ba? Parang, siguro naisip ko yun na, kasi si Tano sa dunya na matagtano sumasagad.
Yes. Totoo, sir.
Nagkaroon ako, siguro na nangyari yun, it was destined to happen. Because nagkaroon ako ng self-assessment.
Okay.
Diba? Baka naman may ginagawa akong, teka, diba?
Okay.
Sandali lang. Kailangan ko atang mag-reassess and re-evaluate. Kailangan ko atang magkaroon ng break. Diba? Para maisip ko kung, teka, ano ba? Baka nadi-deviate na ako sa goal ko in life.
Yes.
So, naging wake up, ko yun.
Reality, ba? Check na.
Check, yeah, oo. Alam to ng family. Very emotional kasi ako ng tao. Alam mo, hindi mo ko pwedeng sabihan ng may problema akong ganito. Dadalhin ko yon. Bibit-bitin ko yon.
Ano yun ni Paul Lawyer?
Yeah, exactly. Very good question, Attorney Hannah. When I was a Paul Lawyer, that was my struggle for 13 years.
Attachment.
Naka-attach ako doon sa mga kliyente ko. Uwi ako ng bahay, habang matutulog, nakapikit yung mata ko, doon yan. Ay, secure to. Alam mo yun?
I would like to ask, sir, paano nung naging labor arbiter ka? Di ba kailangan...
Mag-ruling ka.
Oo.
Kailangan may decision ka.
Yes.
And that was very challenging also.
Yes.
Ang tagal kong mag-decide. Kasi I weigh things in all corners of the case. Kailangan ma-convince ko yung sarili ko na ito yung decision. Until now, alam mo yung sabi sa akin nung... I consulted a doctor, a friend. Not, technically, medical, seeking medical, help. But, kaibigan ko na doktor, usap kami, parang ganito lang, conversational, usap kami. Sabi niya sa akin, alam mo pare, nag-clog yan, summing up your stress, na yung pagiging too emotional mo, unconsciously, binitbit mo siya. Ngayon na hindi ka na busy dahil wala kang ginagawa, marami kang time mag-isip.
It caught up to you.
Yes.
Over the past years nag-bottleneck yung...
Oo. So, nag-bottleneck siya. Ngayon, lumabas siya.
And then
ngayon, nag-manifest.
You were trying to process it. Hindi mo siya ma-process.
Na ano ba yun? Ano bang biglang galing to? Things like that. So, kaya nga, sinabihan niya ako, para medyo i-less mo lang yung pagiging too emotional mo.
And how did you deal with this phase ng life niyo?
To be honest, alam nyo, lahat ng friends ko, to be fair to my mga kabarkada ko na mga lawyers din. Sabi sa kanila, you keep yourself busy. Late President Basari. Yes. Tinawagan niya ako. Sabi niya sa akin, andakad na rin busy nga man na ginawang ka.
Nakasatawatigin.
Away, kana ba nga ng kalalayaman na galbak? Ang nakapamimikiran, sumuuntod ka na, di ka ni mamimikiran na, you keep yourself busy.
You were left in your own devices.
Yes, oo. Kasi akala ko, ito pala yung feeling na chill. Hindi pala. Doon siya nag-manifest. So ngayon, alam nyo, ginagawa ko ngayon, kahit pagod na ako, dating ko ng bahay, bubuksan ko yung laptop ko, I will read. Kasi ayoko na siyang balikan. Oo. And, bottom line is, you implore the guidance of Allah. Ganun lang yun.
Yes.
Ganun lang. In everything, di ba? Ano bang challenge ang mayroon ngang, di ba? Yung surah in the Quran, fa'in na ma'al usri usra, in na ma'al usri usra, di ba?
Verily, with hardships
Yes.
comes ease.
Comes ease, right? In every problem, there are two solutions. That's the gist of the Quranic verse.
Yes.
Diba? I hope I pronounce it correctly.
Yes.
Diba? Ba't naging ano ko yun? Naging, parang lagi ko yung iniisip.
Naging mantra mo siya.
Yes, oo.
Sir, how long yung service mo as a labor arbiter?
I started in 2017, May 22, 2017. Then I was appointed as commissioner in April 2024.
2024.
Yes. I served as the executive labor arbiter of Region 10 before my appointment as commissioner.
So mga around 7 years.
Yes, so
So, tell us how was the experience na naging commissioner?
alam mo, palibhasa, when even yung sinasabi ko nga sa'yo during my childhood days, ang lagi kong sinasabi sa sarili ko, if kaya niya, kaya ko. Yes. Lagi kong, parang, kaya niya, kaya ko rin yan. Yung parang hindi naman, I hope they don't mean it, nang yabang naman ito. But yung parang sa sarili ko lang, sinasabi ko na, kaya niya, kaya ko. I want to try it. Diba? I want to try it na, how does it feel to be a commissioner na, siguro, kaya ko man siguro kasi, meron man siguro akong little knowledge about labor. Diba? So, ngayon, I am very blessed because I am part of the Committee on Revision of the 2011 NLRC Rules of Procedure. Okay. There were 6 of us. So ako lang yung outside Manila. All the rest are commissioners from Manila. So kasama ako doon and I was given that opportunity to be part of. I believe because one of the reasons is I was a former executive labor arbiter, a teacher in law school, and teaching remedial law. Yeah, but akala nila tinuturo ko lang labor, but I'm also teaching remedial law.
Right.
Oo, yeah. So kaya yun siguro ang reason. I'm very blessed to have that opportunity to be part of that team. Oh.
Sir, going back, parang in relation to that, bakit hindi nyo po gini-give up yung pagti-teach?
Oh, alam mo
Kasi
pati yung
kung
pamilya
payback
ko.
lang, naka-payback
Oh,
na kayo.
yeah. Alam mo
Sobra pa nga, diba?
pati pamilya ko tinatanong yan na but especially my mother, 'di ba? Parang tama na, parang sabi ko, alam mo, habang may kalsada papuntang Warawi.
Oh.
'Di ba? So to speak, habang may daan ako nadadaanan, I will do it again and again and again. Because I want to leave that legacy nga. Yung sabi ko kanina na parang si Sir Atog na kasama namin, yung mga anak ko, yung mga magiging anak ng mga anak ko, na there once upon a time, nakasalamuhan namin yung lolo mo.
No.
Yeah, totoo yan. Na naging mabuti siya sa amin.
Talagang overthinker ka, sir.
Yeah, actually, I think, parang beyond the box na, out of the box na, sige, ganito. Parang ina-assume ko siya, kasi nga I am a believer of manifesting. Oo, na one day soon, na pag-uusapan ka na naging part ka nung journey ng isang taong yun na, di ba, na maganda yung pinagsamahan ninyo na mabuti sa amin yung taong ito. Yeah.
Sir, what's next for Commissioner?
Oh, a tough question. Can I take an exception to that? To divulge it.
I reserve,
I made a reservation, Your Honor.
I invoke my right against
Yeah. I invoke my right against self-incrimination, Your Honor.
But right now, as a commissioner, I think you're happy naman.
Yes, I am very happy with the working environment that I am having right now. With my colleagues.
And parang simula pa lang. Nandun ka pa lang sa simula ng pagiging commissioner. And it's too early to say kung ano yung next for you. Diba? For now, enjoy. I mean, you give, you do service to the people of the Philippines.
Yes.
And let's let Sir Commissioner Atog surprise us na lang.
Let's be excited for what's next.
Mashallah, alhamdulillah, inshallah.
Pero last question, Attorney.
Go, Attorney Hanan.
personal to. Sure. I mean, for
Yeah.
personal consumption. Gusto ko, sir, humingi ng advice kasi we know na if sika sa Marawi na it's either Marawi City Hall, Capital, Provincial Capital, or MSU ka lang pwede mag-work. So, the job opportunities
is
limited. So, kung mag-work kami dito sa like Cagayan de Oro and Iligan, anong magiging madali ba siya?
Career entry.
Or parang madali ba siya? Kasi ang tagal nyo na dito sa Cagayan de Oro. Is it easy to work here?
away from you.
Away from Marawi, ganyan.
Actually, yes. You know why? Location-wise, ang lapit lang ng Marawi. Parang 3 hours nandun ka na. Can you imagine pag nasa Manila ka, pag nasa traffic ka? Uwi ka ng bahay mo sa EDSA ka dadaan. 3 hours din yun.
Pero hindi mo
So
ba,
parang
sir?
in terms of madali na to working environment, yes, it is.
Pero hindi mo ba, sir, namimiss na like arm's length mo lang ang Marawi, ganyan?
Bakit hindi? Bakit hindi? Siyempre, there's no place like home. But Cagayan de Oro is also a place for us. Diba? It's a home for us also. But, siyempre, iba pa rin yung nandun ka, makaingid ka. Alam mo yun? Kahit saan ka lumiyon, kamag-anak mo, for sure, kahit tayong tatlo, meron talaga tayong connection.
Definitely.
Tayong tatlo, di ba? So, namimiss mo yun. Pero, I always go back to that, Attorney Hana, yung mission na, although I am an outsider of Lanao del Sur, I always look up Marawi or the BARM, entire BARM, as having that mission na to give back na it will reflect to the Bangsamoro people. I forgot to mention, ako kasi yung commissioner in charge ng BARM sa labor cases. Kasi at the moment, they are still crafting the labor law code of the Bangsamoro, the BARM. So I was designated by the chairperson of the NLRC to be the designated focal person in terms of labor issues ng BARM. Yeah.
So,
my way of giving back again.
Another way to give
Yeah.
back to the
Yes.
Bangsamoro community. And with that, parang yung may representation.
Yes.
Representation is very important, especially for us Bangsamoros. Just imagine if wala pong isang Bangsamoro commissioner sa NLRC, who would they appoint, no? So at least yung na-appoint nila ay isang Bangsamoro din.
Yeah,
And
alhamdulillah.
naiintindihan yung struggles ng Bangsamoro.
Oo. In fact, nung nagkaroon ng what do you call this? Parang walang NLRC ang BARM at the moment. So I would say na I was one of the commissioners who pushed to have that memorandum of agreement between the NLRC, the BARM, and the DOLE. Yeah, to have that in the meantime, that while waiting for the crafting of the labor laws, to avoid vacuum in resolving labor cases at the hiatus, so to speak. Diba? Let's have that memorandum of agreement whereby the NLRC will cater in the meantime those labor cases coming from BARM.
And we hope, sir, na you as a commissioner po ng NLRC ay maging fruitful sa not just to the Bangsamoro people but to the people of the Philippines.
Amen.
And
Inshallah.
this has been a very good and fruitful conversation with our dear Commissioner Mitmagno. Sir, thank you so much.
I hope I contributed, ha?
I'm sure marami kang na-inspire, sir. I'm very sure of that. Sir, thank you so much.
Alam nyo, to be honest, I'm very excited also when I received the finally, I'll be experiencing what does it take to have a podcast, di ba?
Sa mga listeners natin, supposedly po weekend yung recording namin, biglang napunta sa weekdays and nag-guest pa rin ang ating guest lawyer ngayon. And minove pa niya yung mga other commitments niya just to commit to this episode. And we owe you one, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you also. Thank you.
Do you have anyone to give a shout out?
Shout out. Teka. Of course, my family. Yes, my wife Lily, my 2 kids, Siti Sofia Angelica Mitmug and Muhammad Kian Mitmug.
Hello,
the law students.
Yes.
Yeah, the legal community.
Oh,
yeah. the MSU law students and the law students of Liceo,
Yeah.
Cagayan University.
Ay, dapat makinig
Yeah.
sila.
Diba? And my golf buddies kasi
Yes,
nandito kayo sa
Golf
Golf
course.
yeah, golf course, diba? Nandito kayo. You can
Finally.
hear the finally, right? Diba? So I hope marinig nila yung sounds ng
Yung breeze.
diba? And to my family. Yeah, to my family. So, yun. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I hope I contributed what is expected of me. Pasensya na kayo at kung hindi na fulfill ang lahat, but thank you very much for the opportunity.
Sir, thank you so much. Thank you for supporting our passion project.
Yeah.
Parang,
Alhamdulillah.
surreal pa rin
Congratulations sa
ang-
inyo, ha? Ang galing yung dalawa. Oo.
Surreal.
Nag-i-enjoy ako sa inyo.
Yeah. And finally, na-immortalize na namin yung
Mashallah.
rason kung bakit ka namin iniidolo.
Oo, yung rason kung bakit nag-excel tayo sa labor.
Yeah.
Mashallah.
Diba? Sir, again, thank you so much.
Thank you again.
And that ends our episode for this Monday.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to hit subscribe and leave a comment.
Also, please don't forget to tag us on your stories and posts.
You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok for daily updates.
Thanks for getting lost with us today.
We shall see you next Monday.
Bye. Sir, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Alhamdulillah.